In this video, we're going to be showing you how we changed our doorknob and deadbolt. This is not going to include us changing out the strike plate on the door frame. The first thing we're going to do is remove these two screws which are next to the latch. We'll then go ahead and remove the two screws that are on the doorknob. We only were able to get a shot of one of these screws, the other one for us was just right on the other side. But with these screws removed, we can then take the doorknob apart and pull it from the door. We're just going to do it really careful so we don't damage any of the woodwork on there. Getting the exterior doorknob off was a little trickier for us, as we did have to push in the latch in order to free the spindle so we could completely remove the doorknob. With the doorknob removed, we can now pull the latch freely from the door, and we'll take our new one and insert it into that same slot that we pulled the old one out of. Before screwing in this component, we're going to make sure that the middle of it lines up directly with the middle of the hole in our door, and we're also going to check that the latch is angled towards the door frame. This way when it hits the strike plate, it can just simply pop into place. With that all set, we'll go ahead and begin to screw it in. And the next thing we're going to do is attach our new doorknob. So with ours, we have to pull out this little plate right here and twist it to the side in order to free it from itself. Now, we're going to make sure that we place the key side, or where the key is going to enter, on the exterior side of the door. And just as we did when removing the old doorknob, we will need to push in that latch so we can get the new one to fit correctly. With that all set, we will hold it with one hand, and then on the other side, we'll take the other half of the doorknob and attach it. On ours, there is a little curve that we do have to make sure lines perfectly with it in order for it to lock into place. And then there is that little twist we had to do to get it around those screws and to lock onto them. Once we have that all set, we can screw in the mounting screws so it's secured to the door. We'll then give it a quick test to make sure it's working, and looks like we're good to go here. It's now time to remove our old deadbolt. We'll start off by removing these two screws, and then follow that by taking out the two screws which are next to the thumb turn. With these screws removed, now the old deadbolt should be free to come off. So we'll grab both sides of it and gently pull it apart until we can separate them from the door. And when trying to remove the exterior side, we did have to push in from the interior in order to remove that half of the lock. Now with both sides of the lock removed, we can just pull the deadbolt out. And then we had to just simply remove this little cover here. Okay, now it's time to take our new deadbolt and install it into the door. So we'll simply guide it into that hole and then begin to screw it in. When installing the new one, we're going to make sure that we place the key side on the exterior of the door. So we'll simply push it into place, and then we'll need to hold it there with one hand as we take the other hand to attach the other half of our deadbolt lock. The set that we had did come with this little plate which we're going to put on the door first before we attach the other half of the lock here. And then we'll just simply guide it into place, and then we are ready to install the mounting screws, which is going to hold this whole thing together. With the mounting screws in place, we're going to go ahead and give it just a quick test here, and looks like it's working just fine. So now we'll just test the entire door, make sure that that little doorknob latch is working correctly and the lock is working, so that looks good. And then we'll test the deadbolt, and it's working just fine here. The last thing we're going to do is just double check that our key will work in this new lock. So we see that it's working with the deadbolt. And then we'll test the doorknob, make sure that it locks the doorknob from the outside. Yep, we are good to go. If you enjoyed this video, it'd mean a lot if you could hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.